fun and good for you too. Crew, look alive and cheer me on. Oh shit, it's a one-on-one. Oh!
No, I was looking to react to indie animations. That's admittedly cooler. What's a good one I've seen recently? I mean, my all-time favorite. I can't think of it right. It's Day Job. My all-time favorite right now is Day Job. That's the one where they work in a bowling alley. I'm actually pretty middling on Digital Circus. Digital Circus, I just kind of watch because I have respect for it. Like, I'm grandfathered into the Glitch Production catalog, I guess you could call it. I just can't do literally any other show that they make except for that one. And I'm not even necessarily, like... You know what I mean? I'm not even necessarily, like, a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus. It's quality content, but it's just colors to me, if that makes any sense. That doesn't make any sense, Joey. Don't be a dumb. Don't be a reductive prune. If you ask me, Joey, aren't you curious about, like, the ongoing narrative of the Amazing Digital Circus? I'm not. I'm just not. It's not. It's great. Every episode has at least, like, more than one moment, I would say, where it makes me laugh. But again, I feel I'm just kind of, like, grandfathered into it because I was a huge fan of Super Mario Glitchy 4. I was. I simply was. And, you know, I'll probably... All I know is Burger and Maid Rabbit. Burger? Yes, very nice. Burger. I love burger. Oh, fuck, I do love a good burger, though. I actually haven't had a... When was the last time I had a hamburger? I think July 4th. That's cheating. You can't ask around July. When was the last time anybody had a hamburger? It was for the fucking 4th, dumbass. Don't be stupid. Yeah. So I guess, like, I know there was the Gaslight District, but I'm not gonna be going for that. Yeah, exactly. Like, freaking Jackson the Maid outfit was peak hilarity. For me, not anymore. For me, the funniest jokes of that episode was the disappearing guy. I think they made him show up the exact amount of times they could before he was violently unfunny and made me ill, which was like twice. Which is low for the spectrum of, like, a recall joke, because usually in comedy it's the rule of thirds. And if you're watching a show, specifically if you're watching a comedy, watch for it, because I'm doing the exact same one-ear headphones. Do you want a fun fact? I think I can even properly display this to you on stream right now. Let me do that in one sec. Anything you watch, the joke usually only lasts 3 repetitions at most, because the rule of thirds is just after 4 times too much. So the fact that I think they only really did the joke twice. Restraint, good. Jade Max, or Maid Jax, or whatever the fuck, felt forced. Wasn't funny. I don't even like Jax as a character. But then again, and this maybe just sounds weird, he's more of a female gaze kind of character. And that's good. I like characters that can appeal to people different from me, because different people than me are probably cooler than me. But, like, yeah, like, I don't like Pomni's character design. It feels too, like, weird hourglassy shaped. Maybe that's a weird way to put it. Ragatha just kind of bores me. Jax pisses me off because he's so obviously like the, don't you think I'm funny? Don't you want to put a TED? You want to put a post on Tumblr all about me? Aren't I so mysterious? Aren't I voiced by that one guy that did everything? He's great, though. That's not a problem. The announcer guy also just feels really, like, not funny. And also his mystery doesn't really stick with me. Like, I don't really need to know anything about these characters. Pomni, I like her character. If Pomni didn't look like Pomni, I think I'd like Pomni more. like if they just looked like a normal human-esque character, I would be fine with it, I think. Teethman, yeah, Teethman, I'm not a big fan of Teethman. I get it, he's doing the voice, and he's always saying something funny, wacky, or zany. I take that back. He's always saying something wacky or zany, not really funny. The Zooble, I think Zooble's their name. I like Zooble, but it's probably because they're the one that's, like, the least amount in every episode. The voice mask guy, or the mask guy, also annoying as shit. I don't care. Kinger gets the best lines on occasion. Oh, yeah, Bubble is savage. Yeah, Bubble is also one of those, like, I think it might just be like, and I don't want to say this and you think this and you're like, oh, you mean like that, but like, I think it's an age demographic thing. I think this is perfectly suited to like older millennial humor. I think that's what it is. And that's fine. It's like the spectrum. It's just a weird spectrum. My reaction to record was actually Gaslight District. Looking to do that and release it on the 15th. Oh, what's your YouTube? Is it the same thing, Sonic0731? That's my little rant on the Amazing Digital Circus. Again, funny I should say, because I think it's good. I still, like, everything I just said, I think it's a good show. I think it's a great show. There's a reason it's, like, the heralded, online show. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Day Job is better. Day Job, my favorite of all time. Day Job and... Actually, I'm not really like... Oh, well, Punch Punch, whatever the fuck it is an all-timer. And that one really... I like how it sticks to its kind of meta-narrative of being a VHS show that somebody found in their basement. I like that a lot. OMG, my name has Witcher in it. Yeah, when Sonic said Witcher and Yes John, I was like, wait, that was your name the whole time? Wait, stop, that was your whole time? I meant it to be the Twitch 1. Oh! Good news, your new nickname is Oneer. I like that. Your name is now Oneer. But also, again, sincerely, what is this? Oh. Sincerely, go watch Day Job. Everyone right now on YouTube, go watch Day Job. Stop watching this stream because you don't like me enough. You will like Day Job more. I mean, admittedly, you know, again... Oh. Ah! Okay, cool. Wait. Wait, and... Oh, shit. I can't use my gauge move! Oh, that's okay. I'm low-key cheating. Actually, let me use Super Fireball first. 73 damage! And that's what kills him. Bullshit. Get out of town. That guy got nerfed. 57 XP is pretty rough. Mallow, what are you doing? Magic. Do you believe in... I'm impressed, matey. You earned this star. Think of it as a souvenir of our fight. Thank you. That was... I like your sportsmanship, Johnson. Bye, Johnson. I miss him already. He was such a sweetie, that Johnson. Johnson & Johnson. A surprisingly moral pirate. Whoa! I feel like I haven't done the Bowser Jack Black voice enough today. I think I had opportunities to and I just didn't. You know? I'd see that as a character failure. Oh. Indie animation is weird. I think, actually, you know what it was? I think I've said this before, but my take, and I'm kind of going back to it, my take on the Amazing Digital Circus is stop, make the season, release it weekly. It's okay. The pilot was an incredible success. Every episode, I think, do well. But the Amazing Digital Circus has this weird problem, and I'm like, frankly, I'm not subscribing to Glitch Productions as a channel. I watch their videos, and I watch them with YouTube Premium. So I actually give more than the average person, I'm pretty sure, to that specific scene, right? But, like, the Amazing Digital Circus is not a series made to be uploaded every, like, fucking 3 months. Slow production down. Take as long as you want. Just because you're an indie title does not mean you have to put it out the second you made it. First of all, you have the backing of whatever money they made from fucking Prime and Netflix. Stop. Produce the season. There's a reason TV shows don't come out one episode every fucking 3 months. You're making standard television episodes here. This would be a different thing if these were like movie-length animations. First of all, no, I don't want that. Just for the sake of the animators, right? But like, just release it weekly in a season format. I don't know why they're so insistent on making them when they finish them. That's not a good plan. It's diminishing returns because the more you wait, the more people are just going to fuck off and forget about it or stop talking about it. And you make them, and actually this might be it, right? This might be it. They make a merch drop with every episode, which I personally find disingenuous. I don't like it. Am I going to buy it? No. Is it for me? No. Do people like it? Do people want to buy it? Yes. And that's okay. However, I think the best way I can explain it, it's giving... You know how if you ever play a Garten of Banban game? You know how if you ever play a Garten of Banban game, they have their merch link on the title screen? I guess that's what it feels like to me. It's like... Yeah, and especially with the... I'm harping on it again. The maid outfit Jax thing, or whatever the fuck it was, right? The second you see that in the episode, you're like, oh, they're gonna make a stupid like plush out of it, right? Oh, what do you know? At the end of the episode, did you like our thing that we tried to make really, really funny in the episode? Because it's the funny online thing that you're gonna laugh at. You're gonna laugh at the maid dress. Laugh at the maid dress. Buy it right now. Don't you want it? Wasn't it so funny? You want to buy it? So I can forget about the episode in like a month. It's unfinished. The Amazing Digital Service is unfinished. Finish it, then merchandise it. And again, it's an indie production, so I know why they're doing it. And frankly, that money probably goes right back into the show. God knows, I doubt many on the Glitch Productions team are like making a lot of money. I guarantee you, almost all of that shit is going back into the production. And that is a surprisingly positively biased assumption that I'm making on the crew, because I genuinely believe that a lot of those people are just good like that. I think they're very passionate about what they make, and that's why I have such a high opinion of it. But at the same time, just finish your fucking seasons. My God, it will be the death of you. Please. Please. There's just so many reasons why you do it like that. Half of which are why... And it's the exact opposite for the binge model. If you're wondering, Joey, well, why are you saying release it weekly when they could, just be releasing it all at once after they finish it? Don't do that either. That's if there's a horseshoe theory, it's releasing them when they finish every like 3-4 fucking months, and then releasing them all at once once you finish them splat like that. People forget, and people move on. When you release all of them, people can't talk about it online at the same time, right? Because if I release episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then people on episode 6 Twitter are not going to be able to talk about fucking episode 1 Twitter or whatever, if that even etymologically or whatever made sense. It's kind of like Deltarune in the way it's not done, but people think they know everything that will happen. Wonder, that was a fantastic thing to bring up. Full props to you on that. It's kind of like Deltarune in the way it's not done, but people think they know everything that will happen. So they have to change it to avert expectations, and so they have to make merch, so they have to make up for the lost content. So I want to push back on that, because and this is another oh my God, look at you, tangent after tangent with me today. I'm a very chatty Cathy today. So Deltarune has its own problems with the episodic manner of it. If you ask me, I think Deltarune does it well. I think releasing Deltarune in chapters has been okay, in the sense that the amount of time between chapters plus the amount of content given usually allows for a lot. Like, I'm going to be honest. There is inherently... Love Deltarune and the way Sir Fox does things. Tricky Tony is one of the most... is just the artist of our generation. But Deltarune just has more content, I would say. And you can replay Deltarune in a lot of different ways. And especially from the episode 1 or the chapter 1 and 2 period of time that we had, there was still Deltarune theory content being made up to chapter 2 and 4 or chapter 3 and 4's release. And obviously chapter 3 and 4 gave us a lot more stuff. Now, I will say, when I like to think about Deltarune, and this was actually something I was going to record separately for the channel. And I still will. But or maybe I won't. Maybe this will all just be one big stream clip that I add. I don't know. Basically, I wanted to talk about the egg. The egg in Deltarune is, for me, a very annoying topic. It's a very... Because, again, it's optional content, but from a game design perspective, it always kind of pissed me off. Because how did people find... Link? Link, what the hell are you doing here? Link? When did you get here? Hey, buddy. How you doing? Right, the egg in Deltarune. Basically, what happened was people found out that right in between the donut shop and, the Field of Hopes and Dreams or whatever, if you went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, then suddenly there was just this creepy room, and behind the tree was the egg. And it was like, huh? And then everyone just had nothing to go off for it, but obviously that was a suspicious thing, and everyone was like, is it Gaster? Is it this? Is it that? What's happening? She Delta on my room until I rude bust her. Man, how about you fucking... And then chapter 2 comes out, and admittedly has an interesting development on how you find the egg, right? You can find a secret, naturally through exploring the map, which is already different from how the original egg is found. The original egg was found, I can only fucking assume, by complete accident. And so chapter 2 comes around, naturally inquisitive players are able to explore, find a hidden area where you get hit by the dog, and then you wake up next to a dumpster. But the dumpster has graffiti on the wall of a tree. And for keen eyes, they'll recognize that tree and see that an egg might be there. And obviously, if you've already found out how to get the first one, then you know how to get the second one. But if you just find the first one, or if you just find the second one, how do you know about the first one? And so I just been thinking about it, and obviously a lot of chapter 1 and 2 of Deltarune was, we were thinking about the formula. All of chapter 3 theories, basically up until that point, we're talking about, well, since chapters 1 and 2 did X, 3 is going to do Y. And 3 and 4 kind of broke that episodic nature. In one really interesting way was, Toriel was not in the Dark World, ever. She was asleep the entire time. No one expected that. Just no one even guessed that would be what happened. Because we had Noelle and Susie as a pattern. Never happened again. So when chapter 3 rolls around, and suddenly the way to get the egg is telegraphed. As in, you can go to the gumball machine and accidentally buy a hint. And then that hint can lead you to see a puzzle. And then you can solve that puzzle differently from how you're supposed to. And then all of a sudden, you unlock an extra room. And if you travel down, you can find that one buzzer enemy who teleports you to nowhere. And then that guy gives you a ticket. And then the ticket says, go left on X. And then you can actually find an enemy that, if you were paying attention, had croak on X as a command. And then if you try that, and then you go left. I'll be honest with you. The croak on X was the closest I had ever gotten as a player who, and this is the hard part, because we all want to think this way, right? When you're making a game, don't put all of your secrets, you kind of have to make it at this point, but your secrets are going to be found by the internet, but that doesn't mean that you should make secrets so randomly bullshittery that someone needs to go online to look up how to find it. The average player the average player that does not go online will never find the chapter 1 egg. Unless, and this is going to bring it to the point that I want to bring up, which is, if you find the chapter 3 egg, which in my personal belief is the easiest egg to find. I personally did not find it. But if I was to remove the internet from my head, remove any ability to look up hidden secrets online and blah, 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 blah. If I did that, and then I found the Gaster secret egg, naturally, through experimentation and not giving up on that secret, which I almost did, I just had to look up the Crocon X, because I just didn't know. And frankly, I was avoiding those enemies, so if I didn't avoid those enemies, I would have found it a little sooner. We don't know who this is, and I've never seen them before. We know nothing about Gaster except for his name, really, but every little unexplainable thing must be Gaster, so it would be an amazing joke if he was just not important. True, but I don't think Tricky Tony's like that. I feel like you can only find the Chapter 1 egg with the help of the Chapter 3 egg, where he says his schedule. That's the good thing. So that's actually what I mean. That's the point that I'm like trying to get to, is that once you find that egg, and once you say the right things, personally, I don't think it's okay that you can fuck up the dialogue and lose the egg, because that's what happened to me. And now I'm going to have to replay basically the entire game because I said no to the wrong person. That's my only gripe with it. But the fact that he tells you his schedule, no matter how cryptic, if you pay attention, you know where Chapter 1's egg is now. And you know where Chapter 2's egg is now. And you might be thinking to yourself, Joey, well, how am I supposed to find Chapter 1's egg if I don't know that I'm supposed to flip back and forth between loading screens? True. Here's where Chapter 4 comes into play. Chapter 4 blatantly has an enemy in a windowsill, in the rooms with the large windowsills. You can walk in and you will find... Did someone spoil or something? I mean, what exactly happened? I'm currently talking about Deltarune chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 spoilers. I want to give you like a solid 5 seconds. I am not talking about plot events. I am talking about how to find a secret collectible in all 4 of the chapters. So I'm just going to put my hand up right there. I know you're watching this on YouTube, Jay Vader. If you want, literally just take that fucking thing, go back a little bit, and watch like the shark boss fight or a second. If you're not comfortable with Deltarune spoilers, I just want you to have that. Seriously, to find a secret room for later chapter for an earlier chapter is genuinely so cool. Not gonna lie, just goes to show how much. Yeah, well, and that's what I mean about the chapter release schedule as a whole. I think when we don't have that, it's bad. I think that we kind of had to wait for chapters 3 and 4 before we saw the fuller picture. I don't know if that's a good or a negative thing. Because in one instance, suddenly we can't objectively judge each chapter by the contents of their character, because something will happen in like 5 years that will completely change the perspective of that chapter 1. So the chapter 1's egg being bullshit, well, that's not really a critique anymore, because chapter 3 and 4 talked about how to find them. And so chapter 3 had one incredibly accessible secret. And by accessible, I mean you actually had hints that you had to do something and not just randomly flip back and forth. And you know, the NPC in chapter 4 in the windowsill area, you're already halfway there if you found the secret windowsill room. But if you don't know what to do at that point, you can talk to an NPC and he goes, the room between, the room between, the room between. And that, even if that's not like explicit, you know, maybe that might, I don't think that kind of work, or I don't think that hint would help me. I'm like too stupid to get that kind of hint. But a smart player could figure out that he has to go in between the rooms over and over and over again. And then he would find the egg room. And then he could use chapter 3's schedule, interpret that. Since the windowsill matched up with the windowsill thing, they could go back, they could find the donut shop. They could go back, they could find the dumpster. And once they have that tree motif, then they know to look out for the chapter 2 dumpster. Stuff like that. Toby Fox, generational writer and creator, nothing but peak. You're right. So, with all of that though, the amazing digital circus, to loop back to why I brought up Deltarune as kind of an example of like positive examples of that. Amazing Digital Circus is not giving us like lore drops that I really care about. And again, I don't really care about the story too much, so this is a little hard for me to critique. It's cool, I don't mind being spoiled, man. I like the concept. If you like the concept, Jay Vader, you may be happy to know I already played Deltarune chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the YouTube channel and on Twitch. And when you're done with this stream, should you choose, you can watch my entire Deltarune playlist by clicking on the About section and going to the playlist and finding my Deltarune playlist. And you, viewer, can eat an egg. Toby W. Foxaroo expects you to dig through the files to, like, there was a warning in Undertale not to check the files, the strange voice, but the whole motif of the game, Changing Fate, wants you to dig through the code, which is so crazy. You're right, but at the same time, Undertale is on the Switch too. And it's on the Switch, 2. So especially when you make games like that, Doki Doki Literature Club is the best example of games inherently made for the PC that got brought over to consoles. I don't remember how they like got around deleting Monica's character file, but it was like gently. Damn it! I read the chat while I was talking. But yeah, basically like having that moment where you delete the files, but it's like all neatly a part of the game's built-in UI, because obviously you can't go into your fucking Steam data, like Steam app data on the Switch. Definitely takes away from that game specifically, because you know it's like basically playing a creepypasta. So I guess to really quickly, just to wrap this up, from what I understand, Deltarune is a spin-off to Undertale, or is it a sequel? It's better. It's a parallel story. That is the specific wording that Toby Fox uses when he describes Deltarune. He says it's a game for people that have played Undertale. And it has a lot of very interesting ways of being a parallel story. For instance, there are characters in Undertale that are not in Deltarune, and there are characters in Deltarune that are not in Undertale. But there are characters in both. And those guys, we can make assumptions about based off of their text, right? So, Asgore and Toriel, your parents in the game, both have both parallel each other in Undertale and in Deltarune. In Undertale, Asgore had to kill a bunch of humans, and that made him split off from his wife Toriel. Asgore still loves Toriel. Toriel rejects and really resents Asgore for what he did. They both raised Asriel, their son, and they had a human child in Kara. Deltarune, he was found about shot 15 times in Chicago. Bro. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But yeah, so in Deltarune, Asgore and Toriel split up again, but their human child never died, and instead Asriel didn't die either. He grew old and he went off to college. So in that same vein, they're still divorced. Something still bad happened with Asgore, but we don't know it explicitly in Deltarune. We can make assumptions as to why they're divorced. It's probably due to the same reason in Undertale, that Asgore made a bad call and did what he had to, and Toriel didn't like that and split from him. There's a lot going on. Like Asgore, or not Asgore. Like you can ask Alphys, the school teacher, or the royal scientist turned school teacher. You can ask her about Undyne, the person that she falls in love with in Undertale. And guess what? She has a crush on her here, too. And even Undyne does. Burger Truck King theory is canon. It's shown in a flashback, chapter 17, intermission. Am I really that dead? Am I really that dead as a streamer that every single little notification scares the shit out of me? I get so used to my little peaceful serenity. What is it? Hold on. W Ray Joey shit himself. Hey, it happens to the best of us, doesn't it? What is it? Hold on, I want to find it. 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 Thank you for the raid, Pookie. Are you guys ready? Oh no. That's cruel. I get it. Asgore theme is so freaking good. Chat, so I recently I've had a Persona clip that's gone like I have this one clip on my TikTok that keeps getting reposted and it's like 26 views and I've maybe got like one person to follow me from it. And so I posted a video being like, "Hey guys, maybe like I don't know. Check out the Twitch if you keep reposting this one clip. Maybe you'll like it, right? Maybe you will. Maybe you will." My alerts sometimes make me sharp myself, but that's what happens when I'm caught off guard. I'm always caught off guard. I'm perpetually scared. Oh, Link, thank you for joining the TikTok live stream as well. Yeah, right? So, like, I'm always doing this. So I was just like, "Hey, guys, you know, follow my fucking Twitch if you keep reposting this video so much. It's 26,000 views. People are still commenting on it. Just like with fucking Twitch. Just go to follow Twitch, right? Anything, right? The one, it's got 17 comments. One person favorited it. Who fucking favorited this? I can find you, can't I? Anyways, yeah, it has one comment and it's somebody going, no, I think I'm okay. How do I respond to this person? What if I give them a sad Joey? No, I'm gonna give them I have to have a picture somewhere. There we go. Sad John chairs. Anyways, my kitty's on my bed. I'm so happy. He's so cute. Chat, can we get pictures of that kitty? Actually, no. Never mind. Not after the last guy. I want to find it. I want to find that one specific Asgore truck meme that's been going around. I forgot the name of it already. No, he's mine. Well, damn, fine, bitch. Take it. Fine. We don't want it, bro. Whatever. Asgore running over deaths. What is it? Yeah, there we go. Chat, is this the new song of the summer? Fuck! Wait, give me a second. I wasn't looking. A beer, it sounds like a deer. I mean, you should die. Wait, what is it? It's when you're dealing with the night and you can't survive the fight, cause the shadow mental's mind fades too rapidly. I've an engine that still runs, roaring night, I'll get her done with the force to crush a rising star. Don't forget, I'll hit you with my car. When you're dueling with the night and you can't survive the fight, cause the shadow mantle's mind fades too rapidly. I've an engine that still runs, roaring night, I'll get her done with the force to crush a rising star. Don't forget, I'll hit you with my car. Just like the Asgore hitting deaths with his truck memes have gone platinum, chat. They've gone platinum. In my truck. Christ, this fuck with my Bergen truck. Fine. Take it. I don't care. Computer. Fart.
That was a wet one. Try asking me to fart 17 times in a row. Or say random.
Fart 49 times.
Here comes a serving of 49 farts.
Truck!
Oh my god.